From the guidance screen, if we press on the settings wheel down the bottom, is we come into to some extra settings in here. So first tab here is fields. So again, is we can choose any fields that we've got loaded. I could add a field. I could add in the auto field detect, switch that button on there. So if I've got a boundary, as soon as then I drive into the field with the boundary, it would recognise that I'm in that one and automatically load it for me. Is again for that any particular field is I can have the associated way lines within there. I could delete any of those way lines as well, or if I wanted to, is I could edit any of these way line names using the pencil down there. If I've got any markers, then I'd also see them down there. And then also associated with that again is I've got an add field button, I've got an add boundary button, I've got an add way line button, and then I've got an add marker. And then across to here then is I could also see any do a management of any of those markers, so I can add extra pertinent ones there. Just scrolling down then is with the coverage map, I can just basically make a color change on there. So whether it's showing me a blue coverage map or a green coverage map on there, I can make that choice. I can then delete a coverage map, so as soon as I tap on that button, it will come through to like say, do I want to just delete it for that one field that I've worked, or do I want to delete coverage maps for all fields? So if I've been working all day long and I've forgotten to delete any coverage maps, then is I don't have to go into them individually. I can select to delete it all. We then also have then the an auto mapping button here. So this then will put in different coloured way lines, and we can link that in with a sequence in there. So the way line would be marked in yellow, and then the actual coverage map would be the reverse of what we'd set out beforehand to colour the rest of the field in. And essentially then is I can set out a sequence for there. Where it's quite useful is say when we're drilling and we just want to have that visual check as should we be tram lining or shouldn't we be tram lining. If we have a look at the next button across, we can look then at our steering. So we can look at our two steering sensitivities in there. We can look at activating the quick steer on there, and then there's also then this auto offset engage as well down the bottom. And so when that one's activated, it will automatically, every time then you press the auto steer engage, it will automatically shift the way line to your current position. So again, where people have used it in the past is when ploughing in furrow, say for argument's sake, to automatically just keep shifting the way line. Up here then is just this oscillation detection. Pretty much always just needs to be left into auto. Sometimes though it might want to be that put it into manual, where you might want to have a go to kind of the extreme up here. Say for argument's sake, with trying to stay on the way line. So it might be working across a very steep slope in there, and therefore we might want to have a bit more of an aggressive steering angle. And therefore is just to switch that across to manual, and then it will hold that figure there all the time. Third button across then is we come into our headland management, or headland width management there. So if I've got a field boundary in, I can then create a headland boundary line and then use that then for features such as the TI auto, so the automatic triggering then of a headland sequence on there. Or if I haven't got the TI auto unlocked, I can still utilize that just to give me an audible beep as to when to lift up or lower down. And then again I can come in to my headland segment settings. So if I created a headland boundary, I can then come into this button here and alter the width of any of those particular segments, or I could activate the alarm just to get an audible beep at me. If we've got variable rate control unlocked on the tractor, is come to the variable rate control button, and here we'd be looking to select our variable rate map to be displayed on the screen, and then we can also manipulate the legend as well, and then obviously decide where we want to display that legend out on the main screen. And then through into here is we can just look to see a little bit more in regards to what's happening with the buttons on the screen. So do they automatically disappear after a set time in there, and then you know, how they come through. And if we are running on EGNOS, then we've got a drift position, so I can manipulate the map around to try and get, say, a boundary to fit on there if I was running EGNOS. Down the side here then is I can jump through to my implement manager on there if I needed to change an implement. I can come through to my guidance settings, so whether it be looking at what correction signal we've got on the tractor there, or again if I wanted to jump through to my steering settings, again I can access that from that page there. And then the last one down the bottom just gives me, then jumps me through to the diagnostic side, just gives me then a bit of a quick look to see if I can't engage the auto steer. These then will give me a quick diagnosis as to what might not be working. But then we can also then look at our signal and our position count in there as well.